Hello and welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for March 30th, 2021. To access Cathy's Zoom call for the SRC group, we'll come down here from her website and we're going to look for this banner. Remember this password and we're going to click here. We will allow. Type in the passcode. And we'll wait for Cathy to open the room, which will be just momentarily. Cathy has opened up the meeting room. And you can join with video, but we're going to join without video. And then we will join with computer audio.
I've been working last night. I got a wild hair. I've really been cleaning up that major scanning list, so we can get out there and test what comes up for us as zeros and then test it for our chi. And it was very interesting yesterday, go ahead and pull this up, that you focus on what you want before you hit the wonder click. And the information we got was that if we're going to work with whatever is lowering our chi. I went ahead, and I don't know how many did that also, to see if the SRC would give us an indication of where to start, and it came up infection.
Oh.
And if you have read up on that, you realize that infection is the root source cause of almost every disease.
Right.
In fact, far more die of infection than anything else. And when you start reading up on it, it's basically because of what we're eating. In fact, interestingly enough, all these microbes, all these pathogens have always been in our systems. And according to some, I don't know how many of you have looked at this, but they're actually scavengers. They were not put in our body to harm us. They're there to pick up when we get too much of different things in our system. Thomas Cowan, in his books on Scribed, it's been pulled off other sources, but he says that, for example, coronavirus is a result of 5G. And he explains that too much electricity in our body, these viruses or bacteria, whatever they turn out to be, come out to clean it up. And he has some pretty interesting information. For example, the 1918 Spanish flu actually is when they also introduced radio waves. So it's looking at. I may not go that direction because I'll tell you, talking about programmed information, we have deeply programmed information that there are germs. And what if it turned out there weren't any germs? Louis Pasteur and Béchamp had that division. Pasteur went the route of the elite and got lots of money and got very much notoriety for identifying germs. And then that's where we got our vaccinations. But there's information out now. Back in those days, whoever would have predicted our availability as far as knowledge goes. So what happened is that now the evidence is there that many of his studies were flawed. And not only that, his whole information he stole from someone who had published it 100 years earlier. So that part wasn't even ethical. So that kind of blows your mind. I don't know that I'll go that direction with our work. But what it did look like, if we're going to start with infection, which to me is great, that we get some awareness on this and get started, we have to also be aware that what has created this crisis is our diet. And if we're really serious about being clear of infection, and I can only do this for myself, and I started it again yesterday, we can't eat any processed foods, any sugar, processed foods, etc., because that's what's caused the crisis. And what this is, for example, the COVID, that's really your reason. Our immunity has been so compromised by our diet. So I went in, I've been working on that grab a boy list, and it's unbelievable the codes that are there for us. And so what's happened, it's getting longer and longer. I'm cleaning it up. I'm going to send it to you guys again. But I went ahead and I thought it might be interesting to start in reference to infection, to start with addiction. Because that really, I know we're addicted to so many of these foods, and that might be an intentional thing. There was a book written, I guess maybe in the 90s. Did any of you ever hear of this book, The Slow Killing of America?
No.
That guy went to jail, and he wrote about what's in our food and how it was in there intentionally, and the motivation behind it. And it's funny, I was just trying, this probably was in the later 90s, I was trying to do websites, and which I was lousy at, by the way. But I had run across his book, and I thought I might want to sell that book on a website, because it was good. And, excuse me, I actually called him, and he answered, and it was interesting what he said. He said, well, I'm not going to focus on the negative anymore. I'm not going to promote the book. I want to promote the positive. I don't want to. So he had gotten in some trouble. So I'd say maybe a year later, for some reason, I called him again, and he was now living out of his car selling his books. He said, I'm getting this book out there. And then, as I understand later, he did some prison time. So that's an interesting thought. And so anyway, I went in to this huge list of grab-a-boys, and these are our zeros in reference to addiction. And so I thought it might be interesting to start, and we can look at priority for Qi, and you can add anything you want to add, but it is kind of interesting.
Where did you find these?
These are on Grab-a-Boy, healingnumbers.info. Yeah, they're all there. It's amazing, and you can find the darndest long, drawn-out thing in the world, and type it in, and there's a code for it. It's quite interesting. So they're not making them automatically either, because often I'll type it in, and there won't be anything, and the next time I look, they will have put it there. For example, yesterday, I think I told you effortless change. I've been typing that in for days because I think change can be effortless. And finally, they gave us a code. And so they got tired of me.
Have you ever put those, your intention statements in there? When I've been searching, sometimes when I search, I some things come up that are so huge, kind of like, well, your intention statement's not huge, but you know what I'm saying. Usually it's one or two words, but they're big statements, and they've got a code.
Let's try it today. Yeah, I know there's a huge.
Yeah, it would be interesting, hey?
Yeah, and that would be very interesting. And they have, I know, a huge code for that, or huge statement for that shielded from all magic code. That was huge. Mm-hmm. And so, okay, so let's look here. Priority. Now, of course, this is the group, but this is chemical sensitivity. Now, remember, the focus is going to be addiction. So we're looking, all right, so that's a priority. Let's go ahead and put that in. So, could it be that, and of course it could be, that some are so sensitive to all the environmental stress that they eat a little bit more to create a shield around their body, or they do other substance. So we're going to put that in, and we've got a 101 there, so let's just let that be as it is. Consciously understand life's lessons. I don't know why that came up, but it's a 0. So maybe the idea there are no accidents. Now this is, by the way, I just wanted to show you from yesterday, we cleared. And our last being dry, so use a little bit more water. the way, I did this Excel on the other computer because I wasn't sure if it, the Excel would work with all these things, and it did. So in the future, we'll look at the whole list, or you can do the whole list for yourself, because you may see some higher than 0 that you want to check out for yourself. But right now, we're just focused. And here's some nutrition for us. Let's see. And we can do all kinds of things. I hope to get Derek here again. Not a focus at this point, but it's information. This was an interesting thing, and it didn't come up for us, but they said there's knowledge and then there's wisdom. Yeah. And the knowledge, so many of us have, it's right there for us. The wisdom is if we choose to use that knowledge. And so that was thought-provoking. Now, this is interesting, too. Cut cords to all sexual perpetrators, because I think that sexual abuse very often does lead to addiction in its many forms, because addiction, they say, is an inner void. It's when something inside of you, and in fact, you're going to see in a minute, fractured soul comes up. So again, let's just see. Not quite. Ease anger. Not quite. And use of various manipulations, promotion, and deception techniques that induce or reinforce attitudes that are favorable to others. And what I immediately think of in that respect is all the images that we see on TV of food. So that's a possibility there. Let's see. See, the idea, even that it scans, even on a subconscious level, gives us awareness. So let's see.
And let's not forget the G for geometry and pictorial.
Right. It's so powerful. And you may have remembered, we talked about this a long time ago, or you may have already known it, that it's not a priority at this point. Interestingly enough, that's very low, so we have some resistance to that. We'll see what comes up in the future. Now, fractured soul, if your soul, as Neville liked to say, is your ability to choose, then perhaps we have in some way, because of all the stress, forgotten how to choose. Let's just see if that's a priority. No? So what are we focused on? Just this chemical stuff so far. So that's given us, okay, heavy chest congestion, perhaps leading to some addiction of some different prescriptions, etc. No. So far, we're focused totally on chemical. I loose myself from every bond of Satan in the name of Jesus. If y'all don't want these in there, you can take them out. But there are codes for them. And one of the things addiction does, it doesn't matter if it's food or alcohol or whatever, they will take that one, is it distorts the aura. it creates holes in the aura. So let's just go ahead. And that, of course, allows entities access. And I now tap into universal healing energy. Okay, that's close enough. I have been adding some when these come up in the 60s. Plus, that's a really good one.
170.
We got some stress on that one, so we'll take a deeper look. That's what's happened, and you probably know this already, that the antibiotics pretty much aren't working. The vaccinations pretty much aren't working, and in fact, they're decreasing our own natural healing ability. And we have such antibiotic resistance.
So what if we've already taken it?
What's that?
What if we've already taken the vaccination?
You know, I'd say let's not focus on that. Many have they haven't had choices. They've been forced. And we're working. I have that. If you haven't gotten a chance, have Kevin download that. It's a saved cocktail, and it starts. The name of it is All Stress Related to Corona or something like that. It starts out stress related. And run that and clear yourself. And remember, the power is that we have the healing ability.
I think you gave that to me already.
Yeah, good. I need to talk with him today and get it loaded on this cocktail computer. Let's just see.
Did you send those things in the mail yesterday?
What things?
The paper that you were gonna send to us.
Oh yeah, that went out right after the call.
I didn't get it.
Huh? Okay, yeah, your name was on there. I'll send it again after the call.
Well, let me look again. Maybe
look again. It's in. I'm sure it's in there. Yeah.
Maybe it ended up in the junk mail. I don't know.
Yeah. I can. It's no trouble to send it again. But yeah, let me know. Okay, so we're gonna want to go a little deeper with this one. Let's just put.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh.
And while we're waiting on that, let's go into the Grab-A-Boy. I really, wouldn't that be something if we could find some of these, if I can get this up here. All right. Take this first one.
Or tomorrow might have a number.
What's that?
I said, or tomorrow it might have a number.
Wouldn't that be a hoot?
Mm-hmm.
Can't hurt. Come on, get up there. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, my God.
That's amazing.
I am floored.
Yeah, really.
I
That's
am
great.
absolutely floored. Well, I have to come back to that, I guess.
I've seen a lot of them. Very specific about, what kind of a person they want to attract and this, that, and the other.
And I had two, but I never dreamed. Just let me put that in there. Let's see if they got the next one. Haven't got that one yet. Yeah, this is a way to spread our intentions around too. Where's my little?
Sure.
Okay, well, so far though, we got one. Let's while we're in here.
Yeah.
It might be that we want to include this balance yin and yang in every session, because that is your key. See where we are with that at this moment in time. Not bad. Look at that. All right. Let's see. Okay, so emotions, yes, therapy, mediator, and I'll show you where we are with the mediator and then the Reiki. So let's go ahead and start with emotions. Let's just put blockages to universal healing energy. Okay, work, that's interesting. 8 minutes, let's just let that run. Then we've got yes therapy.
You know, I like that, but I don't use it that much.
It's really, really powerful. Once you realize it may take a longer than one go through. So let's put install. And we're gonna tap into.
Yeah, I've used them for well, helping other people.
Yeah.
And it worked very well for them. You know,
yeah, I agree. Mediator and Reiki. And then this mediator, first of all, here we are with our, we're down to level 2. I just keep going back and forth with this God-given power to create what is consciously desired. I just play with that one. But let's do another one. And what I've been doing is going from 10 to 1. And depending on the topic, it can take a long time, like days. Let's see if we're in favor on a subconscious level of actually doing this. We'll come back to it. It takes a little bit to get that set up. And now we go back. just for the heck of it. Let's see, is it priority for our chi to make infection our theme? I don't want to get ridiculous about all this, but it's interesting. No.
Cathy, did you get my emails yesterday? Cathy,
Pardon?
did you get my emails yesterday?
I think so, yeah. About the dowsing?
Pardon me?
About the dowsing?
Well, yeah, and then I had some other stuff in there too.
Okay, no, I did not see that. Let me catch up. I will do that right after
I
this.
had quite a few stuff in there.
Pardon?
I had quite a few.
Oh, okay. Well, let me search through. Yeah.
And in fact, tonight is Ozark research.
Oh, yes. I did see that. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to forward that to Joanne and have her put it in the back area.
Yeah.
All right. So, look, this is interesting, is that none of these themes, let's see what theme actually comes up with what we've done so far. Let's see also quickly if we want to do any of the clearings. Ooh, all right.
So you said there's a place where you can find more for Blavio?
Yeah, healingnumbers.info. It is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
I have that, the generator. Oh no, there's something else you said.
No, that's it. That's where I get mine. It's healingnumbers.info.
Oh, healing numbers. Okay. Because I use the generator all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really impressed with them, and that's all free. They, don't ask anything. They just, I think that's all it is, yeah. They just serve. It's amazing.
Is that where you got all this from?
It is.
Oh, I'm gonna look deeper into that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing what they've got in there.
Yeah, I just got the generator. That's all I got.
And the only way they would have had that intention statement, somebody must have gotten it off the blog and put it in there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's amazing. Let's just be simple here. Okay, so this is interesting. Coherence. This is your brain waves. So we definitely want to go ahead and douse that in.
Oh, I sent you about the dowsing too, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah,
so we've got a little stress related here to our brain waves. Go ahead, Ron, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I sent all that to you yesterday.
I'll double check, yeah, thank you. And I'll get it to Joanna. Yeah.
That's on Thursday night.
Okay.
In Australia, it's Friday.
Okay.
If you want to come and join us, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I will.
You know how to use the pendulum?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I think we've got some real savvy people in the group, though. I'm not savvy. We've got some amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so look here with the coherence. Just let's stop that.
the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Because we got about 7 people now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the coherence. And then what else do we need here? That maybe. Yeah, that was it. Just our brain waves were a little bit stressed. And so the shin is giving a 99%. So for the heck of it, now let's ask again. All right, so it's interesting. Now we've got the resonance.
Yeah.
Could have been a little stress related to that. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Oh, again, that good old wonder click. So let's do the same thing. Let's focus on addressing this, actually waking up to the seriousness of this, and making the changes we need to make. Focus kind of information. And yes, Ron, thank you. I'll make sure I get to that email and get it to Joanna. I definitely want to be on the dowsing Thursday night.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. And you have to check out the time for your time.
Yeah.
You know, because just go on the Facebook and you'll see it, and then you can figure out what time you come on. Because I know where I am on the East Coast here, in the DC area. I get on at I think it's 8 o'clock. I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
8 or 9 o'clock.
Okay. Now look at this. So we do need to look closer at this chemical stress. And that could be what's in our food, etc. Look, that's significant. So we need to take a closer look.
You know, I didn't realize until yesterday I was reading something about how chemicals and stuff can affect your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember Bill Nelson in the SKIO said at the time, that was years ago, that there were 80,000 new chemicals a day. Now, I don't know if that was validated. He was a pretty smart man. Now, this is another area.
Oh, Cathy, by the way, I have a healing process. I'll send it to you for your eyes.
Okay, good. Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Now you can look at it, read it over. But
okay.
You should read it over out loud every day for 10 days.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, send that on. Now you see the lymph. I just wanted to mention also the lymph holds a lot of this stuff to protect us, and the emotion, the lymph, seem to be connected to sadness, sublimation, abused hormones.
Yeah.
The opulence of the front office decor varies inversely with the fundamental solvency of the firm. I don't know. Self-concerned, anguish, repression, denial, martyrdom. And look at that. So, yeah, we're going to be taking a much closer look at the chemical, which seems to have a direct relationship to the infection.
Yeah.
Let's get this started.
That's interesting.
I've got to still focus.
You know, I have a lady that I've been working with for she has fungus in her toes.
Mm-hmm.
and I've been going round and round and round with her. So I don't, I don't know what's going on because nothing seems to be happening for her now. Whether she really has it or not is another question.
Well, she may need to look at her diet.
Well, that too, and I mentioned that to her also.
Yeah, if she's eating a lot of processed food, junk food, sugar,
Yeah.
or even too much fruit.
Yeah, that's true.
So that is, taking it one day at a time, because so many of us are addicted to these foods. And this has been, what was it, way back, I think, in Nixon's administration, where they agreed to start putting sugars in everything, our bread, etc. And I think they were trying to keep the food lasting longer, some strange reason.
Yeah,
But,
they got a lot of stuff in there.
yes.
And
yeah.
when you look
and
up
so,
the sugar that they're putting in the food, also research the lithium they're putting in the sugar.
That's right. That's exactly right. Did y'all hear that?
No.
Lithium.
Yeah.
Just see, for the heck of it. And I know we're about done here, so if we finish, y'all have a great day.
You too, Cathy. Thank you.
All right, Cathy, thank you.
Let's just see what our stress level related to lithium might be.
Thanks a lot, Cathy.
Yeah. So much to look at here, isn't there?
Yes.
A whole lot.
Let's just look at stress related to lithium. Nah. It's there, but not significant at this point. So I guess that's it. You all have a wonderful, wonderful day.
This concludes the SRC4u group Zoom call for March 20th, or excuse me, March 30th. This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call for March 30th, 2021. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.